Hello, and welcome to 3 simple steps to mapping out a successful SEO campaign. I'm Darcy Sullivan with Propel Marketing and Design. Before we dive in, I would like to encourage you to make sure that you've downloaded the SEO action plan. There's a lot that we're going to cover in a short period of time today, and downloading that action plan will truly help you succeed. So you can scan that QR code that you see on the screen and let's dive in. Again, my name is Darcy Sullivan with Propel Marketing and Design. If we haven't had the opportunity to meet, hello. At Propel, we help chiropractors just like you improve their online presence through SEO and content marketing. We do this through our done for you and done with you SEO and content marketing services and through our DIY SEO program, Ready, Set, Rank. You can also tune in to our podcast, the Propel Your Practice podcast, for digital marketing tips and strategies. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite digital marketing strategies, and that is SEO. In today's training, we're going to go over what SEO is and why it must be a key component of your marketing campaign. I'm going to share with you 3 simple steps to mapping out a successful SEO campaign that will continue to work for you as search engines and AI evolve. I'll be sharing with you some of the most common SEO mistakes we see chiropractors make and much more. So scan that QR code, follow along with me in that action plan, and let's do this. We all know that Google is quite powerful when it comes to digital marketing. And if a potential patient or even a current patient can't find you online, they will most likely will not search anywhere else, and they'll probably head over to one of your competitors. This is where SEO comes in. SEO, search engine optimization, focuses on using proven strategies and tactics to maximize the number of visitors to your website by positioning your website high on the list of organic. Those are the non-paid results on Google and those other search engines. So why is SEO so important? Well, organic search is the primary driver of website traffic. It helps you nurture leads throughout your complete marketing funnel, and it helps you attract the right audience to your website. SEO also strengthens your brand reputation and equity online. SEO has been proven to provide an ROI that is higher than pay-per-click ads and higher than social media. You're going to be seeing this slide again throughout this presentation because it's so important. Did you know that over 90% of website pages get zero traffic from Google? So if you're building out a website, if you're blogging, but you're not optimizing your content for SEO, there's a chance absolutely no one will be able to find it online. Pretty scary, huh? We all love social media, but when social media goes down, if Facebook goes down, Instagram goes down, if that is your only source of traffic to your website, it too will go down, which is just another reason why SEO is so important. When you create content that ranks and drives traffic to your website, you no longer have to spend as much money on ads or spend as much money getting your target audience to your website, because when patients decide to click on your link, it comes to you at zero cost. It wouldn't be SEO without us also talking about things that take place off of your website for findability online. So later in this training, we will be discussing your Google Business Profile listing. That's what used to be called your Google My Business listing, what controls your Google Maps listing. And we'll also be talking about some other online listings that are paramount to your SEO campaign. And again, throughout here, you'll see that QR code to scan to download the action plan. As we're going to be going through so much today that you're going to want to make sure that you take notes and that you fill things out in the action plan so that you know what your next steps are. My guess is you're probably using one of these common website platforms, which is amazing because making SEO adjustments to your website is easier than ever because of the fact that we have these platforms that we can use to improve our online presence through our website. But this is very important. While so many website platforms, and I'm using air quotes right now, even though you can't see me, SEO friendly platforms, that doesn't mean that just because you're using that platform, you're doing SEO. But that's okay. That's why you're watching this today. And that's why your website is going to perform better because you're going to put in an SEO plan into place. And we're going to do this sweet and as simple as I know how. So we are going to sweetly simplify SEO. One day I was eating an Oreo cookie and I was like, I love this as an example to explain SEO to somebody who's new to creating an SEO campaign. Much like there are 3 key components to an Oreo cookie: the top cookie wafer, the bottom cookie wafer, and the stuff with one F in the middle that is delicious and sweet that holds it all together. There are 3 critical parts to a winning SEO campaign: on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and that sweet stuff in the middle that holds it all together. Here they are side by side. You have your Oreo and your SEO. Now let's break down each of these SEO items and then talk about how they're going to come into play as you map out the 3 steps to putting together that winning SEO campaign. So we have on-page SEO. These are actions you take directly on your website to improve your website ranking. We have off-page SEO. These are strategies you put in place outside of your website to drive more traffic to your website and help your overall online findability factor. Then we have that sweet stuff in the middle that holds it all together, like identifying your audience and connecting with them. So here we go again with that Oreo and SEO. And it all starts with that sweet stuff in the middle. So step 1 to mapping out your successful SEO campaign is to identify your audience and connect with them. And while this might sound so simple, oftentimes steps related to this are ignored or just kind of as an afterthought. So make sure that you're with me on this as we go through this. Success is rooted in this foundation of identifying who your target patients are, how your brand can connect with those patients, and then being sure that you're using the words that those patients are searching for so that your website and your brand and your company are the one that's showing up online and not your competition. I think we've all heard that old saying, when you market to everyone, you market to no one. So if you have not taken the time to outline your buyer personas or your target audience, you want to do so. Typically, most companies have between 1 to 4 buyer personas. Buyer personas are fictional representation of the target audience that you're trying to connect with. They represent your perfect patient, the one that wants and needs your content, your products, your services. You love them and they love working or buying from you. Again, these are fictional characters and they're based on real data about your customer demographics and online behavior. If you're just getting started, these might be speculations. You might not have the data yet, or it might be that there's specific audiences that you were previously targeting that now you would like to expand and connect with new target audiences or new buyer personas. So the very first step is to outline who these personas are. Then we want to use the words that they're using when they search. We call these keywords. Keywords are words or phrases in your website content and your overall marketing content that make it possible for people to find you and relate to you. If you are not using keywords on your website, it is going to make it extremely difficult for Google to rank you for those keywords. And we all know that people go to Google and they start to type in the keywords that they're searching for. Keywords can be products, they can be services, they can be conditions, they can be problems, they can be solutions, they can be related to industry topics, and they can be location-based, but they are not your location alone. No one is going to go to Google and type in Boston and expect a chiropractor to be the first ranking site. They're going to assume that maybe it's something travel related or city related. So again, we can have a location based, but the location alone is not a keyword. In your SEO action plan, you will see a section where you can start to map out who are your people, your target audiences, what are their problems, what are their locations, what are the solutions that you offer, and what type topics should you come up with around those keywords. Keep in mind that we want to make sure that SEO reaches people at every stage of the marketing funnel as you start to map out some of these topics. Again, you'll see that QR code right there. Go grab that SEO action plan and let's follow right along. So here are a few mistakes that we see chiropractors make when it comes to keywords. 1, not having clearly defined their keywords. Thinking too small, only focusing on keywords that are very competitive. You want to think about this kind of like if you were going to go fishing. If you were to cast out a bigger net, you're going to be able to catch more fish. So if you were able to rank for an expanded list of keywords, you're going to drive more traffic to your website. So you want to make a list of the most common keywords that you think your audience would search for. Make sure that your website and content online includes those keywords. Again, a note about that location. How far will somebody drive to come see you? What cities or regions do you need to include in your SEO campaign outside of your direct city? And remember, traffic to your website and your brand efforts online won't matter if you're not targeting the right audience. So once we've completed step 1, we want to move on to step 2. Step 2 involves setting your website up for success with proper on-page SEO. Again, those are the actions that take place on your website to help improve your website position, the website traffic. Remember that over 90% of website pages don't get any organic traffic. So this is why this is so important if you're putting together content. Now, your overall website really must be mobile friendly or responsive. Responsive meaning that your website design adapts to whatever device somebody is using. Now, we talked about this before. We love the fact that all of the website platforms out there these days are SEO friendly. But if you do not take SEO actions on your website, having an SEO friendly website platform isn't going to get you as far as it is going to get your competition who is putting together an SEO plan and taking those actions on their website. Again, you can scan that action plan code because we are going to go through tons of things that are important for both on-page and off-page SEO best practices. So outside of having your website being mobile friendly, we also want to make sure you are using proper meta title tags, proper meta page descriptions, SEO friendly URLs, that you are creating unique content. This means you are not just going to ChatGPT, having it write content for you and pasting it directly into your website. ChatGPT and other AI tools are amazing to help you identify areas of content and to help you with brainstorming. But we don't want to use content directly pasted from them. It needs to be personalized to reflect your brand and to make sure that you're not just putting out similar content to what other people are putting out there. You also want to make sure that your pages are properly indexed, that you don't have broken links, meaning somebody doesn't click a link on your website and get a 404 page, a page that says, this page does not exist. We also want to make sure that your website is secure, which is when you'll see the HTTPS up at the top when you are putting in the URL to make sure that your website is secure. If all of this is new to you, again, grab that SEO action plan because I know sometimes it can be overwhelming when we get into the nitty-gritty about talking about SEO best practices. We want to make sure that your website loads quickly. We already talked about having a mobile-friendly design. You want to make sure that you're using header tags appropriately, that you're using keywords like we talked about earlier, that you're using internal links. These are links that take you from one piece of content in your website to another piece of content. An example might be if you were talking about back pain in a specific blog, you would probably want to link to your back pain page from that blog. That would be an internal link. We want to make sure that your images are optimized and match your target audience, that your content is scannable, that it's easy to read, that the length and depth of your content is enough content on a page for Google to consider them to be a real page. That's right. Just having a page and having a little paragraph on it is not going to constitute as in-depth or lengthy content for Google. You want to make sure that you avoid spelling and grammar errors. We want to make sure that we're adding fresh content to your website. This is easily done through blogging. You want to make sure that you have a low bounce rate, meaning that somebody doesn't just bounce, that they don't come to your web page and just jump and leave and never return. You want to use multimedia, but you want to use it the right way. And we want to make sure that we're offering our website visitors an amazing experience, just like you would when they walk into your clinic, when they arrive at your website. We want to provide them with an amazing experience. As soon as they land on your website, they need to know that you offer the services that they need. We want to make sure that the navigation structure is easy to follow. The key important pages can be found in just a few clicks. We want to provide them with the right content, which includes condition pages and services pages. This is going to help them get to know your company better. We want to make sure that when they arrive on your website, that your logo is easy to see and easy to read, meaning that you don't have crazy colors going on behind your logo that make it hard to read, or that your logo is so small that I can't read what it says, or that you have a crazy font going on that makes it hard to read. We want our calls to action to be very clear. After all, that is the goal of somebody coming to your website. We want them to know, like, and trust you enough to book an appointment with you. We also want to make sure that the font is large enough for them to read. Having mapped out your SEO campaign and coming up with key pieces of content that your target audience would find value in is going to be one of the most effective ways to connect with your target audience, and providing them with the right content at the right time will help you skyrocket your online result. Because remember, again, over 90% of those pages on Google are going to get zero traffic. Google wants to rank sites most loved by users. I want you to be that site. But, but again, just like we talked about at the very beginning, it's not just about having a great SEO friendly website. It's also about creating a great online presence. You really do need both. So this leads us to step 3, off-page SEO. These are actions you take outside of your website. And one of the most important ones is your Google Business Profile listing. You really must have a claimed Google Business Profile listing, and it needs to be optimized. Your Google Business Profile listing is what used to be called your Google My Business listing. Some people still call it that. And it's what controls your Google Maps listing. Again, you can scan for that SEO action plan, but let's talk about your Google Business Profile listing. It's important to understand how Google ranks those listings. They rank them by relevance, distance, and prominence. So, in an example here, if I am standing directly outside of location A, they're going to come up before location B. But if location B has an optimized listing, most likely I am going to trust them over location A. We want to make sure that your listing is optimized. So please be sure to complete your listing. You can't just leave it and forget it. There will be times when Google wants to make changes to your listing, so you're going to want to review those. And again, also make sure that you have every data point filled out that you can and that your listing is completely optimized. Your Google Business Profile is necessary in a world of what we call a zero-click search, meaning somebody can literally find out all of the information they need about your company before even clicking to your website. After you've optimized your Google Business Profile listing, you want to make sure that throughout online, all of your citations match. We call these your NIPs. NAPs are short for name, address, and phone number, but it also goes for your website listing. So name, address, phone number, contact information, description of business, and your website address. Some of those include Yelp, Bing Places for Business, Apple Business Connect, but the list goes on. So you do want to make sure that you've got your citations in check. After you've optimized your Google Business Profile listing, you also want to optimize your Yelp listing, your Bing Places for Business listing. This is Bing's version of your Google Business Profile listing, your Apple Business Connect listing. This is what and how your information is displayed when somebody uses Apple Maps. Now, Bing Places and Apple Business Connect pull reviews from Yelp. If all of this is new to you and you're like, whoa, my head is spinning, again, grab that action plan. And on our website, you can find tons of resources for optimizing your Google Business Profile listing, your Yelp listing, your Bing Places listing, your Apple Business Connect, obviously your overall website, connecting with your target audience, everything that we're covering today. We also need to talk about link building a little bit. Link building gives you authority, trust, and relevance. What I'm referring to are links coming into your website. And I always like to give the example of link building is kind of like walking into high school on the first day and you're a nobody, but your brother plays varsity football. All of a sudden, you might be cool by association. That's one way to think about link building. Link building done the right way helps you gain visibility and helps drive more traffic to your website through clicks. What we don't want to do is buy links unless they're sponsorships. And you don't want to just do a random link exchange. Great places to get started with link building include local websites and organizations like your newspaper through good PR campaigns, your local sporting clubs that align with the services that you offer, local school sponsorships, and more. Is there more to SEO than what we've covered today? Heck yeah, there is. So again, you can scan that QR code and grab the SEO action plan. You can visit our website, propelyourcompany.com. On there, you'll find more information about our done for you services, done with you services, and our chiropractor DIY SEO program, Ready, Set, Rate, along with, again, tons of information about optimizing your Google Business Profile listing, optimizing your website, getting started with keyword research, optimizing your content for your target audience, and so much more.